I'm driving into Camden. I just met somebody from the Episcopal Church last night at the Good Turn Co-op named Jessie Peck, who takes care of a lady that brings her to the church regularly and knew me as I was taking Mother to the church about a year ago. She recognized me, of course, when she came in to get some food, sit down at the Rockland Co-op. And I'm driving in to meet her because she's going to be giving me a little bit of money in Camden. So I'm driving from Rockland. And so I have the engine on and the heat on to stay warm. I told her about my investment in Sister Clark tomorrow, and she understands the situation and is very aware of the fact that she herself has been where I am, and so therefore she's offering this, as well as even her place to stay for a number of days coming up when she's going to be away. And I said, well, that may not be helpful, but on the other hand, I might. But she said, no strings attached, nothing expected, and yeah, if it works, it works. And you know, that's New Testament hospitality, and it's almost extinct, as we all know. That kind of hospitality from someone that is not a family associate or someone who can reciprocate. So anyway, I had a dream this morning that I was in a group of people sitting down, some confused social gathering, and I was next to Mother, and I put my hand on her hand and thought to hold it, invite her to hold my hand so that it wouldn't just be my hand on hers. But she didn't move her hand, and so I just rested my hand on hers. And some people noticed, I think, that I was showing care. And I accepted the fact that she didn't want to respond, and I knew that she couldn't, under the circumstances, respond. I knew that she was constrained by the artificial social arrangement to not show a maternal affection. And so I just continued to leave my hand on her. She didn't object to that, see. So then Dad looks at me from the bed on the other side of the room. Remember, this is a divine type of dream. These dreams don't seem to make sense, but they can make sense. Dad, from his bed, meaning deathbed, presumably, is looking over with great joy at me resting my hand on Mother when he realizes that I'm not trying to control her. Even though I had the upper hand, it was not an upper hand of control. It was just solace from a son to the extent that it would be received. And so in process of that, Dad discerned my true heart. Of course, that didn't fully happen necessarily because he didn't have time to see this process when he opened up to other things spiritually. But anyway, I leave Mother immediately and come over to Dad after saying Papi Pulpo, which means Father Octopus in Spanish. That was his self-styled persona when we would have Roughhouse in bed in the mornings. Not such a fun thing with his roughness of unshavenness. And he would say, Izu ain't my BB. Some expression he heard. And that's what he'd do with each of us in the morning. Rub us between the chin and the shoulder, somewhere in the neck area. Anyway, all of that to say that I came over to him and embraced him and woke up from that dream. And it was, I'm over here at Camden now waiting for her to get to the ATM at Camden branch over at the Hannaford. So I could turn the heat off, sunbathe a little, turn the windshield down. But I just want to tell you that it was a beautiful dream, another consoling dream. But I'm trying to find the other dream that I had of Robin and Mother hugging. a sustained hug. Someone recently told me that something happens to the body if we hug in a genuinely sustained way. And it reminded me of what Elaine and Ian used to do. Elaine would say to Ian, "Give me a power hug." And they would embrace and hold the embrace. This was before the boys went haywire. Because of me, of course. And I would remember how they would hold each other and they would have a sustained embrace. And Robin and Mother were doing that in the dream. She came into a building and found Robin alone and said, "Give me a hug." And that's what Grandfather Bingham said to Mother. "Give me a bear hug." Because Mother had always asked him for a bear hug when he was trying to push Rudolf Steiner on her with knitted brows, as Mother used to say. Always so sad to see her father so miffed and chagrined that she wouldn't receive his religious, theosophical, anthroposophical kind of thing. She just wanted a father. And she can't be faulted for that. And I just want a mother, and I can't be faulted for that. But the brothers, of course, would have it that way. The lady discerningly, the one who's coming over to loan me a little money, who knows the project's about to bloom possibly now, because I finally found an investor that would not only pay me the $1,000 back that has put me in arrears, but get property valued at probably $45,000, $50,000 for the price of somewhere under $7,000, and put a duplex on and have this lady live on her property. The only solution that obviously makes sense, which fits with the dream I had that Elaine said I wasn't paying rent, and I said, "Yes, I paid it. This past month you didn't pay." And I said, "I did. I paid it to the bankers." Well, that was about a month ago that I had that dream. Couldn't figure it out entirely, but gradually it eased on me that I wasn't paying Elaine, giving money to Elaine for rent, and the spiritual rent of sending her money lately, because it got absorbed in this whole project of helping Tamara Clark with her child, advocating for her, doing activism for her, and also doing what I could to help with the property. And of course, we've tried other forms of loans. She could have up to $25,000 with a cosigner from First Bank here in Camden, First Demerscata First Bank, but a cosigner would be necessary. So you see, the only thing we're looking at is an investor, and I told her that by text last night again, more firmly than ever before. And so I find an investor yesterday that's responding to me right away. I made a number of calls, and he will meet with me next Saturday. To see if this is something that would work. He's very excited about the idea of helping somebody and helping me to start a business making houses at a much lower rate as a livelihood. So this could be a win-win-win all three ways, and wonderfully, roundly censure Camden's base tinsel form of hospitality, and inspire, on a positive note, inspire people to the true forms of hospitality that they, in all fairness, have not been taught. They've not understood. I hope that to speak with this lady, actually to go and meet with the people who are the big donors for the hospitality house. She said she'd intended to go over and talk with them anyway, and for whatever, perhaps similar or same reasons. I said I could just see the two of us talking to some of those big donors and proposing ways to help the homeless and the struggling, because her whole thesis that is proven by Montana's state experience is that it's much more fiscally responsible to allow the poor to be rehabilitated enough to have their own homes, not given homes, work would be implied, than to have the poverty draining society. So it's more affordable for Tamara to be in her house than in some other place supported by society. So you see, all of this is so simple. It's the greed, it's the indifference, and greed, and apathy, complacency that has much to do with the ignorance regarding what's going on with the poor. In other words, we can know what the solutions are because they're staring us in the face. starkly staring us in the face in bold relief, immediately comprehensible to those who have heart. But we have been taught competition for grades in school and for winning in sports in school. And from there we go on to society where we're taught to compete. And not only taught to compete, but have to compete. So it's completely counterintuitive to people to realize that it's more generous and more efficient and more mutually beneficial and more personally beneficial and more stabilizing to provide a true form of health and life insurance and happiness insurance and work stability by a network of people supporting each other. Bringing shoemaking back to the state of Maine, for example. She said, yes, she agreed. We talked about a number of things, and I've got the recording that died halfway through because I haven't found a program that will allow for unlimited recording as needed. Well, that's enough probably for now. She'll be coming by any second to help me to have gas money, a little bit of food money till I get paid on Tuesday.